step across and hook step. Yeah, so that we don't end up behind each other and then pierce and walk. Okay? So we grab, step and hook. Yeah. Good. Step and grab, hook. Go ahead. Good. And then, okay, here's a fun one. Come in and do that, right? So do the arm bar.
Nice.
So there, okay? So try this side. So what you have to do is you can't fight it here. Can't fight at the arm, so go again. So you see how where my elbow and shoulder got to? What is the point and goal and function of all this stuff, right? It's not to circle your opponent. We're not sitting there going like, go ahead and circle. Hey, this is not it. Or if he's sitting there and not circling, I'm not gonna get a, this is not what we're looking for. Bagua is based off of walking, okay? It's based off of finding a rhythm, finding a connection and focus through what you're doing. And so how do we connect this to an opponent? Well, the first way we're gonna do it, Eric, is we're gonna walk in a circle we're not even touching yet, right? We're gonna connect, you turn that way, right? And now when we don't wanna, I'm not chasing him, he's not chasing me, we're just keeping a connection through the line. He takes a step, I take a step, he takes a step, I take a step. This is just gonna challenge your movement, right? Keep him in your gaze, or whoever your partner is, right? And then change. Like Xingyi will do this in Santi, just staring at one another, which is also a lot of fun and good for your Kung Fu. But this is how we'll do it in Bagua, right? Here. And so then what's the natural progression of this? Is we get in close to work all of our different movement. But the first thing is about just walking and keeping a rhythm. This stays practice as if you were alone in the beginning. Okay, let's get a little closer so we're more bridge. There we go. We keep the connection light, so we have these different potential here. And then we can do our basic changes. Single change, single palm change, back palm change, all these different concepts. We could even do other movements here from other forms. It becomes a training field, thanks, sir, to work on the practice. Okay, so when we do this, we're looking at things like, where does my movement start to break down? Where am I not doing the fundamentals of Kobu and Baibu? Where can I get a little more focus into it, right? So Eric, come on out. So what we're looking at here is communication. This is like a little bit like push hands, but we don't have really any I gotcha moments in this drill, like we might get in push hands where we're gonna push somebody off balance. In actuality, we're working to stay on balance so that when we come into these changes, we can work together and feel, strength coming through the shape and explore different movement options, right? Different things that come into being as you're practicing. And so it allows you to get more playful with your art. So this is something I was taught a long time ago in Bagua by one of my first teachers, Andy Dale. And some of them are about learning how the body moves, not just saying, hey, here's a special super secret technique, right? So if he does this arm bar here, this is a bad position, right? Once he's got me really deep, it's tough. You see where my body's naturally going, okay? So there's a lot of different ways you can learn to deal with this, right? As he puts that on, I can just get my arm out of the way. Or I can do like, sometimes Aikido does this like unbreakable arm. It really comes down to like what's happening between me and him. How good is he at doing it? How good at I am defending it? What's my body method like? How do I react in this situation? So we wanna make sure you have as many tools as possible. So this one, as he turns, I no longer think about this shoulder. I gotta let this shoulder go and think about this one and just turn into that space, right? You gotta commit because they're about to pop your shoulder off, right? So as that goes, you gotta turn and get, wherever you're gonna get, because that's the type of energy that's necessary. It's not a like, aha. You know what I'm saying? It's as that goes, you gotta rip and get out of the way, okay? When I was training wrestling, my teacher would do like, these double arm locks, outside arm locks, and just could never get it away, and he would go ahead and grab it, and I would say, what do I do? And he's saying, just noodle your arm. Just noodle your arm and pull it out. And it wasn't that easy, but I understood what he meant. That technique wasn't gonna always solve the answer. You need body method, you need to be relaxed, and you need to be able to move, right? And so when you're in here, and this goes, I let him do that. It's like a stretch, so I can feel what might naturally happen, right? And I'm not trying to make it perfect, I'm just trying to let my body feel it. And look, you see all the connection points I'm trying to make too, because this is where I will get messed up, but where I can find stability and affect him. Here, I sit into him if I can, The other way we would do this would be to step under and through, but here I want to use my stance to come in and attack through, right? So you use your body to do this, which is our concept that this is what's being attacked, move away from it to get into position, right? And so you want to give it a try?
Sure.
So you'll feel that it's not something you're gonna like, if it's locked into your shoulder, you're not fighting it here to do it. You got to feel your body do it, right? So as I come through, yeah, just like that, right?
Oops.
You're good. Nice, I probably deserved it, right? That, good, right? Get out of there. Okay, so, but you see how the movement naturally, go ahead and do it again. Naturally, right, as you go here, right there, they're probably gonna come at you too, right? So that's why what's our next thing within the form, or when we're practicing this partner drill, always get back to neutral, always get back to piercing. So he hits, I come through here, you pierce through, and you see, we're right there. I've got myself covered, he's covered. We can go on about our business, right? And so it just allows you to be a little more fun and playful with these movements. I would do this sometimes, like when do I practice this? Let's say I'm doing Bagua, that leads into application, leads into, let's say, wrestling, something in a more live. Well, I want to bridge where there's cooperation so that we can warm up and get loose, work together before we put that into something like, okay, let's put the Shuai Jiao jackets on, non-cooperative push hands, or some sort of like chi sao sparring, some sort of stuff like that. And so when you are doing, let's say you're doing like just a more natural, grappling, you're more active and ready already, right? What I was taught, is like you want to be efficient in your non-cooperative stages. You don't want to be doing non-cooperative like 100% of the time, right? You do a lot of stuff to get you ready, and then when you work non-cooperatively, get after it. Right, you're focused. And so these sort of drills help prep the system for that kind of work. Now, most people struggle in their martial arts practice because they don't know what to train, how to train it, or how today's practice connects to long-term skill. This isn't a content library, it's a place to train. My goal isn't just to show you techniques, it's to teach you how to train in a way that actually builds skill over time. The Grove is built around two things: clear, structured courses that establish fundamentals, and live training that turns those fundamentals into real, usable skill. As a member, you'll have access to all training courses and all archive sessions. The courses are structured as focused mini courses. They give you clear fundamentals and specific training points you can practice on your own. In the Shuai Jiao course, I cover Beijing Shuai Jiao fundamentals, including solo warm-ups, waist drills, leg movements, footwork, solo techniques, basic partner work, application theory, and detailed technical breakdowns. In the Bagua course, it will include both traditional Liang and Chung style Bagua. We train Bagua movement methodology for both the upper and lower body, circle walking basics, flowing sets, palm changes from basic to advanced. We also train Bagua applications and weaponry like the classical Bagua Dao. These courses are designed to give you a strong base while creating a clear pathway into more advanced training that you can continue to develop over time. Live training is where everything comes together. Each week I run 2 one-hour live training sessions. These aren't lectures.
They're real training classes. Each session includes a guided warm-up, focused training for the day, demonstrations, and key technical points. If you have your camera on, I'll give you feedback whenever possible. We review past material, work on transitions, and build skills progressively so your training stays connected and intentional. All live sessions are recorded and saved in the archive so you can train on your own schedule if you miss a class. If you're ready to stop guessing, stop piecing things together, the Grove is for you. Join now, and we'll train together inside the community.